Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Lobadome. I am your host, Lobadobe. Today I'm going to be showing you guys a little bit about how to set up Streamlabs OBS. I've had a lot of people come ask me a lot of questions, what I do, what are my settings, and so forth. This is my first YouTube video in terms of like tutorial, so bear with me. I will get a lot better, I promise. Anyways, the first things that I would say, always download all of your games if you're on PC to your D drive or your HD drive. Never download games on SSD unless that's all you have. If you have a terabyte, that's okay. You can down one or two, but you want to keep your SSD as free as possible. So that would be number one. Second thing of my advice would be run Streamlabs OBS as admin. So every time before you load it up, right click it again, run as an administrator. Boom. That way it prioritizes your stream. Third thing I would do, speed test. Always do a speed test before every stream to check and see how fast your download and how fast your upload speed are. So that would be number three. Number four, I would have to say, I would go to Twitch Encoding. There's a link. I'll put it in my underneath the video, but it's helped me out tremendously. It is everything that Twitch recommends in terms of Streamlabs OBS settings that will run smooth. So we'll go through that. Anyways, let's get into it, guys. I'm going to show you a couple of little things here. Let's start off with Streamlabs. Like I said, you're going to right click it and you're going to right click it again and you're going to run as administrator. Okay. Now, when we're over here in Streamlabs, like I said, this was the first part. I'm going to try to make this quick because this is a YouTube video. Nobody wants to hang around forever. Come on now. Come on now. Anyways, here's the Twitch encoding that I was talking about. These are specifications in terms of what you need to do when you stream. Okay. These are your CPU, X264 is CPU, and there's NVIDIA NVENC specs. I always recommend streaming off of your GPU instead of your CPU because your CPU is going to be playing games and so forth. So always use the NVIDIA option when it comes to streaming in your settings. Now, if you want to do 1080, if you want to do 720, here are the options. I'm currently doing 1080p by 60 frames per second. So I use a 6000 bit rate. But it varies. Like I said, I'm gonna put this link underneath so you guys will have that. I will walk you through my settings right here. Let's open that up. Make sure you're logged into your Twitch, your Facebook, your YouTube, your output. So I always go to advanced mode right here. Okay, always go to advanced. Now when it comes to streaming, audio track was always will be one. Your encoder, see how I said hardware NVENC new. This is the one you want to use over the 264. Okay, it always is going to be NVENC new. Always want to make sure that N4 streaming service encoder settings is checkmarked. CBR always. Now bitrate is going to be different for everybody. My internet, I have a gig up and a gig down, so I just go with the highest, which is 6000, which they recommend. Like I said on this website, guys, if you are doing 720 by 60, look, 4500 bitrate, 30 frames per second on 720 would be 3000. And so forth. You'll see here at 1080 by 30 is going to be 4500, and then 6000 for 60. Okay, so going next, we can pull up right here. I have my key interval. See if we can actually just pull this up right here, and then we can pull this up. Boom. The CBR, the bitrate 6000 for me. The keyframe is going to be 2. I always keep mine at high. Look ahead always needs to be unchecked. You don't need that. Psychovisual tuning, I always have that check marked. GPU is going to be 0, and max B frames is going to be 2 right here. So these are the settings that they recommend. They work pretty flawlessly for me. Of course, I have issues like everybody else on Twitch, you know, with Streamlabs or whatever software you're using, if there's bugs or whatnot. But for the most part, this has always worked for the past 5-6 months I've been streaming. Recording, you kind of leave it alone. If you are going to record right here, I would recommend that you do everything go to your D drive. Like I said, MP4 format's fine. The recording would use your GPU, your NVENC new. Bitrate, just leave it at 15,000. It'll work just fine because that's what YouTube is. I think it's 15,000 for bitrate is what they allow. The audio settings, that always is going to be your mic is going to be your Razer Serum is the one that I use. The desktop, if you're using a headset, you can click that drop down right there and click your headset. I would always highly recommend that as well. The video, the base canvas. So I have a 1080p monitor. I have a 1 millisecond, 144 hertz monitor that I use. It's 1080. So what I do, that's always going to be what your monitor is. Okay. If you have a 4K monitor, that number is going to be higher. It's the 1440 or whatever it is. But mine's a 1080 monitor, 1080p monitor, and I don't want to downscale, guys. I want to keep it the same because that's what I like to broadcast on Twitch. Lanxos, there's 3 different options. There's bilinear, there's Lanxos, and there is something else. But Lanxos is definitely the best. It's gonna it's gonna prevent tearing and anything like that. It's gonna be very smooth on your stream. FPS type, just always do CFV, just common FPS values. It's fine. And then you're gonna do, I do 60. This is where you do your 30 or 60 frames per second. I do 60. In terms of everything else, you know, I mean, that's pretty much in terms of advanced and general. I keep mine high. NV12 is color format. I'll let you guys take a look at these options right here. But I really haven't messed with anything down here lower. If you do want to do a stream delay, you can enable a stream delay right here by check marking, and you can do the duration, however long you want that. But as far as everything else, yeah, guys, I'm going to create more videos and talk a little bit how I do my green screen magic and whatnot. This was my first video on tips. I'm going to be editing it here soon, but do catch me on Twitch. I'm on Twitch 6 nights a week at 9 p.m. Central. Play Among Us. I play Call of Duty Warzone, Apex Legends, just chatting, you name it. We just like to have fun. I like to dance a little bit, you know. And feel free to come in and ask any kind of questions you have. I'm always willing to help out other people. We have a great community called the Sweat Capital custom Warzone lobbies every Friday night, so would love to have you guys there. But anyways, thank you for watching the video. If you can hit that subscribe and hit that like button, and let's get this thing viral, because I know so many people have trouble when it comes to setting up Streamlabs OBS. Anyways, guys, I appreciate it. I will see you at another time, and peace out.